All right, all right, all right. Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Reverend Q, the Master Oracle, coming to you. I am a Master Oracle, Psychic Seer, and a Futurist, always looking to the future to see a better condition for humanity and for the world. I'm sharing this with you today because do you really know when it's time to let go? Do you really know when it's time to let go? I think a lot of people always are challenged with this question because a lot of people just don't know when time is up, when that season in my life is up, when it's time for me to release something or let go. What's going on, Forrest? How you doing, man? When that season is up in my life and it's time for me to let go. Let me say this. I was working with a client recently and we were talking about how to get rid of a toxic friend. We were talking about how to release a friend, and it was really challenging because this friend had been in this person's life for many, many years, almost 20 some odd years, actually over 20 years. But it was time. It was clearly time to let go of this relationship and to start to move into something better for himself. And I'll say this to you, that maybe you don't know when it's time to let go. Maybe you don't know how to do it. Maybe it's you don't know exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing right now. But this is why Spirit is always speaking. Spirit is always coming through. A lot of people reach out to me and say, Reverend Q, should I let this relationship go? Should I leave this job? Should I get out of this situation? Should I do something different? And let me say this. If you need to contact the Oracle and get a reading, get some clarity on if and how, if, when, how to let go, please by all means do that. But let me just share this with you, that most people feel like they cannot let go of something or someone because, number one, they feel like, I don't know how I would live without them. Some people even say, if I could live without them, or if I could live without this job, or if I could live without this situation. Let me say this. Number one, you are an eternal being. Okay, you are an eternal being. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. So the truth is, you're going to survive with or without them or that. Okay, whatever it is, you're going to survive. The problem is, or the question usually comes up is how. How am I going to live without this? How am I going to survive without this? How am I going to make it through? Okay, if this is a question for you, I'm sorry, guys, I didn't explain why this is on. So I work from home, and because I work from home, oftentimes I'm sitting at my computer a lot, or I'm sitting at my desk a lot doing readings for clients or whatever, and I tend to bend over a lot as I'm reading or as I'm typing or as I'm doing whatever. So I have to wear this back brace thing to keep my posture correct. It actually feels really good. You can actually get it on Amazon, but I have to wear this back posture thing, so it's really good for me. Anyway, I'm saying all this to say is that most people feel like they don't know how they're going to live without this situation. Whether you've been married for 20, 30 years and that seems to be coming to an end. Whether you've been in a relationship with somebody who you really care about, but it's not really the best thing for you, or whatever the case may be. Whether it's a job that you've been at for many, many years and it's paying the bills. All your needs are being met, but you know it's not your highest purpose. You know it's not really for you. You know what I'm talking about. If this is you, the question isn't so much of if I can live without it, because you are a spiritual being and you're going to survive regardless. The question is, how can I live without this? Let me say this to you, that the way you know when it's time to go, okay, is number one, decide that you can and will live through this. You can and will live beyond this. You can and will live beyond that decision to let go something go. Number two is, does this bring me more stress or more joy? Okay? More stress and more joy. Number one, stress kills you. Period. Stress is a killer. Okay? Heart disease, diabetes, strokes, aneurysms, all kind of stuff that people go through. It's all stress related. It's all stress. Suppression. If you are trying to decide whether or not it's something that you need to let go of, ask yourself the question, does this bring me more stress or more joy? My first thought in the morning when I wake up, is it a thought of stress or a thought of joy? That's the only, talking about this particular thing, whether it be a relationship, whether it be a job, whether it be finances, a car, whatever it is this something that you need to let go of? Is it stress related or joy related? Let me say this. When you relate something to it, it becomes tied to something. That's why we call it a relative. I'm related to this person. You're tied to this person on some level, whether it be through DNA or whatever. So if it's stress related, that means it's now tied to that. It don't mean it's going to get better next week. It's going to be a better situation next month. Or if I just get that raise. Or if they just promote me to this other position. Listen to me. You got to ask yourself the question, is this stress related or is this joy related? Do I find joy? Joy comes from within. See, happiness is what is happening around you. The boss is cool. The job, the hours are good. Blah, 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 blah. But if it ain't bringing you joy, baby, it ain't really of God. It ain't really the highest good. You hear me? So the second thing is it stress related or is it joy related? The third thing to understand is when God says go, don't say no. When God says go, don't say no. When God says release something, when God says get out of something, when God says move out of this, when God says go, don't say no. Most people hold on to things well beyond when they know God said you got to get out of there. When they know God said you got to get out of this job, you got to quit this job, you got to find something else. When they know it's time to go, most people hold on because we're creatures of habit, because we get into this habitual pattern of thinking. And this pattern of thinking, the same old, how much money I've been making, where I've been going. We get into this habitual pattern of thinking, and it's hard to break our patterns. But this is why Jesus said, don't allow your traditions to overstep God. I'll say it differently. Don't allow your patterns or your habits to overstep God. If God says go, don't say no. Let me tell you why. Because God has a cosmic purpose for your life. And because God has a cosmic purpose, God has a cosmic plan. Purpose, plan. And that means that everything that is happening, everything that is going on is a part of a cosmic culmination of the purpose moving you into the plan moving you into your purpose. You don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. You don't have to be in fear. You don't have to be in anxiety. You don't have to worry. If God says go, don't say no, because there is a cosmic purpose. There's a cosmic plan, which means there's a cosmic culmination in everything that's happening. And so you ain't got to worry about a thing. Okay? These are 4 things, and I'll be done. 4 things on how you know it's time to go. Number 1, if there's doubt. When in doubt, do without. If there's doubt about it, don't keep trying to make it work. Don't keep trying to figure it out. If there's doubt, you got to start to find your way out. Number 2, if this is destructive for you, if it's a destructive relationship, if it's destructive to your health or to your body, if it's destructive, oh God, I'm just preaching to myself, Jesus. If it's destructive to your life. Number 3, if this will bring about your demise. Destruction is different from demise. Destruction means something starts to break down. Demise means it can take you out. If this is destructive, that means it's not good for you. It's breaking you down. It's making you feel some kind of way. But demise means it can kill you. If this is destructive, if there's doubt, if it's destructive, or if there's demise, let it go. And the last thing is, of course, if there's a death. If there's a death of the relationship, if there's a death of your feelings about something, there's many different types of death. Till death do us part. There's many different types of death. And lastly, if there's a death of a loved one. I had to learn this the hard way, even with my dad. My dad was murdered. When there's a death of somebody you love them still. You remember them still. You honor them still, but you got to let them go. You got to move in a place of acceptance and realizing that it's time to let this go. I don't have to hold on to this grief anymore. I don't have to hold on to this feeling anymore. I can let it go. Listen, guys, I just wanted to share this with you because this is a big deal for so many people. And thank you, Spirit. If you need a session, if you need to tap in, if you need to know let me let go. Help me to let go. Let me let go of this. And you need some guidance and you need some instruction on how to do it, if to do it, when to do it, and how to do it. Please, by all means, reach out to me. Do a session. Let's connect. Send me a private message and we'll talk about how to get everything set up for you or whatever. Listen, this is also a really good time to focus on your healing. Now, many of you already know that I'm with an organization called Heal, and this is something that I'm absolutely loving doing. I'm absolutely enjoying this process and this community, and there's so much that's involved with it. You just don't know. If you need to heal, if you need to connect, if you need some people on your side, please, by all means, let me know, and I'll connect you with what I'm doing with Heal as well. Other than that, guys, do this. Let go and let God. And trust me, your life will never be the same ever again. All right, guys, I love you so much, and we'll talk soon. Peace and blessings. Take care.